Hello and welcome to 5 Minutes with Family. I'm Fukui Drew, but today you can call me Captain. I will be your guide as we dive into the war strategy game daisen ryaku expert, or as it's translated in a somewhat North Korean kind of way, Great Strategy Expert. It's a bit presumptive though, don't you think? I mean, sure, I'll employ some strategy, but calling it great and labeling me an expert, that all seems a bit much. I mean, I'm just an English teacher after all. What do I know about war?
Is that 300?
But
I'm a school teacher.
That's right, you are. I mean, okay, Captain Gump has convinced me. I'll give it my best shot. And you know, if I fail, it's not my pixelated butt on the line, so... The game kicks off with an epic war between Yellow Nation in my beloved land of Blue. But I just found out that actually Blue stands for the UN, which makes sense, right? But guess what Yellow represents? China. This all makes me feel a little bit uncomfortable, but thankfully we can change the names of the countries, so let's just call the red one Coke, the blue one Pepsi, and the yellow one Mountain Dew. Oh, and the green one can be Sprite. And just like that, the Cola Wars have officially begun. You know, naming the armies is a blast, and you can let the computer control both sides and finally put an end to long-standing rivalries. I mean, let Nintendo and Sega duke it out, or see if Star Trek really beats Star Wars. Pit millennials against Gen Xers, I mean, the possibilities are endless. Now, once the game starts, you'll notice some amazing maps. The color palette is a little muddy, but it works for a war game. No bright and cheery advanced war colors here. The maps are divided into hexagons, which contain one of 8 different biomes. It's all standard strategy game fare, but it looks good despite the Super Famicon's limitations. The highlight is the battles between various real-world military units. The attention to detail lets armchair generals see what a war between America and China might look like, or at least what it would have looked like 30 years ago. You can even have the Swedish army invade Israel if you want. I mean, there really are a lot of options here. Most of the action centers around these mock battles, and it's nice to see the effort that they put into the presentation. The unit models aren't perfect, but they did sneak some blood past the sensors, which I was surprised by. I'm trying to think of another early Super Famicom game that did this. The game is quite difficult, and you know, it really shouldn't be this hard. The defensive bonuses given to the cities make it very tough for the attacking forces. Victory usually requires capturing an enemy base, but you know, unfortunately, the enemy's strongest unit is usually holed up there with a 50% defensive bonus and the ability to self-heal at the end of each turn. During battle, you will get percentages predicting the outcome. It can be therapeutic knowing that you have a very high percentage of winning. But from what I can tell without, reading the manual, these percentages show the likelihood that any one unit of your group will destroy any one unit of their group. So if you have a 70% chance in 2 units, you'll likely destroy 2 enemy units, but no more than that. Even if you have 2 tanks and they have 8 infantrymen, you can only kill 2 of them per turn. The most bonkers rule is that even with a 10-2 advantage, only 2 of your units will attack. The other 8, I don't know, they're off making coffee, who knows. This unrealistic rule can lead to infuriating outcomes. I mean, they should have just written it on the box. Guaranteed to frustrate. The biggest issue is the time that it takes the computer to complete its turn. It's go start a load of laundry long. I mean, some enemy turns last longer than this video. I mean, one turn that I timed took 5 minutes and 9 seconds, and there's nothing fun to look at during that time. Thanks to the fog of war effect, much of the enemy's movements are hidden behind this very, very low-res minimap. Each turn takes so long that the game includes honestly, my favorite video game feature of all time, an alarm to tell you when you can come back because the computer is done moving. Including your own phase, each turn can take upwards of 10 minutes, with some maps having a 200 turn limit. That means a single map could theoretically take 33 hours to finish, 16 of which you are not even in control of. To put 33 hours into context, it's longer than the battles of Waterloo, Sekigahara, and Pearl Harbor combined, with enough time left over to include the entirety of the Anglo-Zanzibar War. Imagine playing that long on just one battle, only to lose it all in the end. I mean, you can adjust the game speed, but it only removes the battle scenes, which are arguably the most entertaining part of the game. In the beginner campaign, levels are shorter and can be completed in roughly 10 turns, but at over an hour, it is still a commitment. Frankly, I have 4 kids and I don't have the time to stare idly at a blank screen, even if the core mechanics are still fun by today's standards. There are some other small gripes. If you push a button during the computer's turn, it'll relinquish control back to you. Another issue is the computer will draw the path your unit takes from one space to another, so you can't dodge certain spaces where you are sure that the enemy is lying in wait. If you have the patience of an admiral, you might find great fun in this game, but those seeking a faster gaming experience would have more fun, playing with a pressure cooker. I give it a 61 out of 100, but I wish I could have given it higher, honestly. The game cost me 1,200 yen. There's some water damage to the box in the manual. The cartridge is clean, but the tray is brittle and the inserts are missing. Cartridges alone are selling for about 1,000 yen, so it could have been worse. Well, this is Captain Fukui Drew signing off. You have a great day.